The herd is about to get destroyed. Do not make the same mistakes as the herd. The herd is always wrong. What I want you to do instead is focus right here. I'm about to cover the facts in the charts so you can be ready. The high majority of people will not be ready for what Bitcoin is about to do. But once you finish this video, you're going to be fully ready. And one of the greatest opportunities is coming your way. Let's dig into it. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Steve. On this channel, we don't take any paid ads, no paid sponsorships, no paid affiliate links down below. What do we do instead? We cover the cold, hard facts in the charts that actually help people. The only thing I ask in return is that you hit the subscribe button, throw a thumbs up, and let's jump into it. By the way, later in today's video, I'm going to explain one of the best things that I did in my life to completely impact it in such a powerful way. What we have in front of us is the Bitcoin US dollar index on the weekly chart. What we have above is price action with two moving averages, and one of which is the golden cross that just happened. Huge news with the golden cross, and a lot of people are incorrect about the golden cross. I'm going to cover that. In the middle of our screen is the star of the show today, and some of the most important things that I'm going to tell you are from the middle of our screen, which is simply put the RSI. The RSI has done the exact same thing year after year after year after year after year. In fact, it's been doing the exact same things all the way back since 2016. Where phase two of the bull got us right up to this yellow line, and then we were rejected. Phase two of the bull in 2020 got right up to this line and then was rejected. Phase two of the bull in 2023 got right up to this line, and then what happened? We all know what happened, right? But a lot of people weren't prepared for it. However, if you watch my videos, we covered just the facts. Just the facts. And a couple months ago, this is what we had to say as Bitcoin was rallying up near this yellow line. Roll the clip. Here we are today. We're at phase two, but we're almost at this yellow line. Expect us to see some resistance at this yellow line during phase two. And once we meet this yellow line in phase two, it's highly probable that the market then moves sideways for between 1 and 200 days. So we came up here and we did exactly what we thought. We got rejected. We didn't have a crystal ball. There's nothing special about us. We just love the charts. We have tremendous respect for the charts, and we trust the charts. We don't trust the herd. We don't trust the news. We don't trust any of the BS out there. We don't trust any of the paid stuff out there. We trust the charts. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. We got rejected each and every time from phase two. And by the way, I forgot to mention, more than 10 years ago in 2012, we also got rejected from phase two at exactly the same line. So this is nothing new for Bitcoin. If you're wondering where this is, it's about 84 on the weekly RSI, right? Now, what we need to understand now is what's happened since we got rejected and what are we on course to do? Have we done anything similar? And what do we think is going to happen next based on purely the facts that are in front of our eyes right here? Well, one of the first things we've got to understand first is down at the bottom of our screen, we have the Stochastic RSI. On the weekly, on the Stochastic RSI, about every 6 months, we have a cross up. These mark the biggest moves in Bitcoin, on schedule about every 6 months, just like clockwork. Tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. Look at this cross up, what happened to price? Boom. Look at this cross up, price. Look at this cross up, look at this cross up, boom. Going from 15 or whatever all the way up, another cross and another cross here. Our most recent one was September of last year. Right now, we have a Stochastic RSI cross down with further momentum heading to the downside. What you generally see with price action is price action will follow what our momentum is telling us. Okay, so on our weekly chart with price action, we have a huge wick to the upside. Again, as I told you repeatedly for years, anytime you have a wick on the upside, watch the hell out. You do not want a large wick like this on the upside. These are a telltale sign of what's coming, right? Luckily for us, we've been preparing for this move for a couple months. We know exactly what's coming, we know what to watch for, and we know when to enter and exit. If you're new to the channel and you just subscribed, you're going to want to watch the videos that we made the past couple of weeks. And you're going to want to get caught up on what's happening with Bitcoin. Let's discuss this golden cross for a minute, okay? We had a weekly golden cross. What is a golden cross? That means you have the 50 MA right here in green, and you have the 200 MA right here in red, and you have the 50 MA cross back above the 200 MA. When the green crosses above, it's a golden cross. When the green crosses down, it's a death cross. I've seen a lot of information in the comments where people are like, well, Steve, this time is different. We have a weekly golden cross, and this is going to be big because it's going to be tied with the ETF, and it's going to make Bitcoin's price go crazy. Oh my God, my head hurts. This golden cross was a pile of crap. It belongs right in the garbage. Yes, we've never done it before, but we also never had a death cross on the weekly either. And you didn't talk about that in the comments, did you? You just talked about the golden cross and how this time is different. For the past 7 years here on YouTube, everyone consistently tells me, Steve, you can't compare this cycle to the past cycle. This time is different. We have a whole bunch more money. We have an ETF. We have boom, 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 boom. It's been all the same crap for all of these years. And what do I continue to do? Not listen to any of them and follow the facts and the charts, which is why people respect it, which is why you just hit the subscribe button. We're not influenced by anybody's opinion but ours. So this golden cross, it's not monumental at all. Here's the way that I explained it in a simple way, right? Our past market cycle top didn't go as high as our previous ones. Why? Because of the 5.3 theory. The 5.3 theory says that each cycle is getting weaker by exact figure of 5.3. Watch our further videos about the 5.3. But basically the gains that we had here were diminished by 5.3. And then we had these gains here and they were diminished by 5.3. So this top wasn't anywhere near the top that we had been used to in prior cycles. But we still had the same drop. So for the first time ever, Bitcoin dropped below the 200-week moving average, this red line. Notice how price action has never dropped below the 200-week moving average. Well, and this was the first one. So people want to talk a lot about the first ever golden cross, but it's actually the first time we ever dropped below the 200 moving average, which says more bad than good. This tells us that our next cycle, we're going to do the same. And it's hard to get back above here. You can see, right? So this golden cross is worth exactly a pile of trash. If you want to sell it for a bag of chips, you can. It's worth nothing. It's useless, right? So let's get back on track. So we have our stochastic RSI heading down, momentum heading down. We have a huge candle on the upside, not good. We have a weekly stochastic or weekly golden cross, who cares? What we have more importantly in the middle of our screen is the RSI. And for 12 years, Bitcoin has been doing the exact same thing in phase 2 of the bull. Precisely phase 2 of the bull, rejection. 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 So once we understand that we've been doing the same thing, we have to understand this market structure. I want you to take a mental screenshot of what we see here. This is the year of 2023 and 2024. I want you to understand that we had gotten rejection from the 84. We have now resistance at the 75 as well. And we couldn't hold this level, which was our prior cycle top in April. We couldn't hold that as support either. We broke through that. And now it's looking like we're going to hold resistance at what used to be our support. We're in a little bit of a trouble here, right? We're in a pickle. I want you to mentally take a screenshot of this, and then I'm going to show you what we've done in other cycles. Why? Because that's what we do. We study the cycles. And we're really damn good at it. There's a lot of people who are different. They've got skills with the hour chart, the 2-hour chart. I'm not interested in any of that. Some people could be way better than me at that. What I focus on, I try to be great at one thing. If you meet somebody and they're very successful, I guarantee they did one thing really, really well, better than everyone else. They didn't try to be good at 7, 8, 10, 12 things. No. I don't sit here and cover all these altcoins and try to be a master of everything in all these different time frames. I focus on the big picture of Bitcoin and we rock the hell out of it. You know, the internet keeps receipts. I'll put my receipts against anybody on planet Earth. We're pretty good at that. We're not really good at other stuff because we don't care. I'm not good at the news. I don't care. I'm not good at these smaller time frames. I don't care. There's a lot of people who could be way better than me at that because I don't try to be good at that. I put all of my energy and effort here so I can help you make better decisions in these market cycles, because this is a game of professionals, and the folks who are not professionals usually get chewed up and spit out on the street and left for dead. And I'm here to save you, help wake you up, give you a new structure, give you a new focus, give you new strategies, things to follow, helps you remain level-headed, whether Bitcoin's going up, down, left, right, backwards, forwards. You know where we are in the cycle and you know what to expect. So here's what I expect. We have a rejection. We have this holding resistance. We're now going to be holding resistance here. Where are we going to fall to? We already know that we have momentum heading to the downside. Let's take a journey to 2012, right? 2012, back in the glory days, phase 2 of the bull. Again, bottom of the market. Phase 1 is that first drag out of the bottom of the market, usually moves sideways for about 200 days. Then we have phase 2 of the market, which builds market structure directly on top of phase 1. Picture like a stair. When you build a stair, you have the support and resistance. You have support at the bottom, you have resistance here. Resistance is above our head. We go sideways for 200 days holding that resistance. Then we break through it. That resistance becomes support. We build support directly on top of there and we build our next stair, right? Case in point, phase 1, phase 2. Phase 2 rejected from here. It was a swift move. Quickly, we moved all the way down. You can see about 70 days later, we had already really cleared the market and retested that base. The base was our prior market structure resistance turned into our new market structure support. So in about 70-ish days, we retested here. When we go to 2016, and by the way, I need to remind everybody, when I say everyone is wrong, right? And we do a video where everyone is wrong. I'm not trying to say that I'm the only human that's right and everyone's wrong. That's completely missing the point. What I'm trying to say in every single one of those videos is look at what the herd is saying. They are wrong. The herd is always wrong. You want to do the opposite of them. That's what these focuses of the videos are, because the high majority of people are going to lose their pants. They're going to lose their shorts. They're going to get destroyed. But not you. You're not going to do what they're doing. Take a look here. So we had 70 days, right? Take a look here in 2016. We had our top here. In about 60 to 70 days, we see that low right around 53 on the weekly RSI. That's when the market really met our prior resistance, right? Our prior resistance in phase 1 became our absolute support in phase 2. When we crashed all the way down in phase 2, we crashed to the cycle high in phase 1 of the market and confirmed our market structure. These are power plays for Bitcoin, especially in the midst of a bull. Keep in mind, Bitcoin did not just start the bull run. There's a lot of people on the internet like, oh my God, yeah, we're in the bull run now. No, we started the bull run in January of last year. Plain and simple, based on the facts. We made a video it was like February 3rd announcing that Bitcoin was in the bull run, right? Based on facts, not what I hoped or guessed or whatever else, just facts. We are either just about to start our bull run or we may have just started our bull run. So we had 70-ish days here. We had 70-ish days here. We have retested our market structure in both scenarios. Okay, so if you look at this and you take that to where we are today and you understand, okay, both of these scenarios, this one fell to about 55 and this one fell to about 54. So where do you think Bitcoin's going to fall to? Bitcoin's been doing the same thing for 12 years, and most people look at the charts with their eyes closed like, oh my God, we're going to the moon. Why don't we take a look at what's happened before? You know, the largest comment that I've gotten the past 7 years is, this time is different, Steve. Why are you comparing this cycle to the last? This cycle is different. And then everything plays out the same way. And then we move into the next cycle and they'll say the same thing. And I'm just trying to wake people up. I really want people to succeed. It's tough. It's an emotional roller coaster is crypto. I know what that emotional roller coaster is like. I started trading when I was 16 and I was really, really bad at it and traded purely on emotion. And I got destroyed year after year. It took me a while to wake up. It took me a while to learn this game. It took me a while to learn how to be successful at this game and then start dominating this game and then start like really taking lives in this game. And now I'm teaching you the game so you can do the same. It's time to wake up. We've got momentum to the downside. We have a huge wick on the upside. We've broken structure not once but twice. We're having resistance from this structure. Right now, we're not near the 50s yet. Are we going to get there? And if we did, what would that 70-ish days look like? Luckily for us, this is not our first rodeo looking at the 70 days. We prepared for this weeks ago, but here we are looking at where this could lead us from about 70-ish days from now. It's going to lead us potentially into the end of January or beginning of February, right? End of January, beginning of February. The exact date for 70 days is like in the February 12th. So in the beginning of February, there could be a very great opportunity on your doorstep. The problem is once we get there, there's going to be so much fear and everyone's going to be saying, oh, here we go. This is where we're going to go below 10K. I've been saying wait below 10K to buy Bitcoin. How about all those idiots that were back here? I don't want to be mean. There are a lot of people when we were down at 15, 16K that were saying that I was the idiot. But the facts are so strong on the charts. I was telling you very loudly to buy Bitcoin and everyone else was screaming, do not buy Bitcoin now. You'll be the dumbest person ever. You got to wait below 10K, 9K, 8K, 7K. They will chant that too. They will chant that. It's the same people that ended up chanting Bitcoin 100K, but right before the ETF approval. So what you want to do is always keep a pulse on the herd. You always want to keep a pulse of what they're doing. If you notice how I move on social media, I'm always keeping a pulse on what the herd is doing because I don't watch any other YouTube channel for crypto. I don't want to be influenced in any way, shape, or form. If you watch somebody else's channel, it's going to go into your subconscious and it's going to indirectly impact everything you put out into the world. I avoid watching any human that covers crypto so I can just focus on my truth. And if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I will live with it, but I don't want to be influenced. And I think you should do the same. You should create a strategy. You stick with it no matter what. Even if I am your favorite YouTuber and I say Bitcoin is going up, but you really believe the facts and the charts that we're going down and your strategy tells you whatever, follow your strategy. That will lead you in the right direction. So we have this cycle high here. We have broken structure. We have momentum to the downside. We have a huge wick on the weekly. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be the same type of stuff that we've done before. We should come down and retest this market structure that we have created, roughly around 32K. As I mentioned before, if you put your buy-in at 32, it's not going to be filled. It's probably not going to be filled at 33 either. It's probably not going to be filled at 34 either. A safer bet would be like 35K. But even that, when I said that weeks ago, people are like, Steve, you are out of your mind. The ETF is about to be approved. There's no way in hell, if you go back and read the comments, people were tearing me apart. No way in hell. People wanted to bet their kid that we wouldn't go to 35K. And here we are today, where it's looking like a real possibility. But again, we've got to wait until, early February to really see what's happening. That's kind of the schedule that Bitcoin is on. And from now until then, it might not be very pretty, but it will be predictable. Markets always come back down to test its structure. If we don't test this structure at 32-ish, we're going to test it 2 years from now. But it's looking more likely to happen in this part of the cycle than in 2 years from now. So that's where I stand now. I want to get into a huge tip for you. I don't want to explain it to you what I did in my life. Now, I want you to sit back and remember the times where you pick up your phone. and you're on the way to look for something, but suddenly you check one thing and then you check another, and then you're down a rabbit hole, and then you're screening and you're flipping through things. And 1 hour later, you're like, what the hell happened? I picked up my phone an hour ago to look for this thing that I didn't even do yet, but I got caught in all of this chaos. Here's what I'm going to say. This little tip completely changed my life and how I conduct myself. We all have notifications that pop up on the phone. And what usually happens, you click on a notification, you're in that one, then you're looking at another one, and then you get an email and you're like, oh my God, I gotta answer this email. Then you get a text and you're like, ooh, this is important. I definitely have to respond. And then you're boom, it's all day. You're like a chicken with the head cut off, right? Here's what I did in my life that completely changed everything. My phone, I have a personal phone and a work phone. Neither of the phones you can call and it rings. I have no ring on, right? If you call me, it's in silent. There's a reason for that. I also have no notifications on my work phone or my personal phone. No notifications. Even things I like sports. There are no notifications that pop up on my phone. There's no email alerts that pop up. There's no WhatsApp or message alerts that pop up. There are no notifications. What does that do? It adds such a huge piece of clarity and calm to your day and organization. I have a priority list that I follow every day. And when you have a priority and you go to priority 1, you complete priority 1 before moving to priority 2. What usually happens in normal people's lives, they get to priority 1, they're in their phone, and then they're sidetracked for all of these bells and whistles and emails and messages. You should have no notifications for email on your computer or your phone. You should have no notifications for anything on your phone. Try it. See what happens to your life. This phone that you're probably holding in your hand, this is the single most addictive thing on planet Earth in human history. We've never had anything that's more addictive than the phone. And when you turn off these notifications, it will give you a little bit of power back for you, right? The phone is the boss. The phone is controlling your life. The notifications are controlling your life. Take some control back and try it. See what happens to your life. Let me know in the comments down below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you right back here on the next video. I just want to say thank you for supporting my crazy ideas time after time when everyone says that there's no way it's going to happen, and you continually support me in the facts and the charts, and thank you for that. This bull run is our road to 500,000 subscribers, but I need your help. Today, tell one person about our YouTube channel, how we spit facts, go against the herd, take no paid sponsorships of any kind. Road to 500,000, let's go.